First and foremost, I like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rokah, Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to you, Akim and you, Akwat, that believe in all sincerity. So you see here on your screen, it says, majority of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, according to new survey. It says, according to reports, despite inflation showing signs of cooling, millions of Americans say they're still struggling financially. A new report found that 63% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, with 90% of them having less than $500 left each month after paying their bills. More than half say they're more stressed about money now than they were a year ago. The financial pressure is causing many to delay major life milestones, including buying a home or car, saving for retirement, or getting married. High everyday expenses, credit card debt, rising insurance costs, and medical bills remain the biggest financial burdens. Paycheck to paycheck, okay? I also saw this article. It says 43% of millennials are now using their PTO to stay in bed and sleep. Americans are no longer taking time off to travel. They're taking time off to rest. Over a third of all U.S. workers spent their time off last year doing absolutely nothing but resting. Millennials are leading the way at 43%, followed by Gen X at 34%, Gen Z at 33%, and baby boomers at 20%. Most people are taking 2 to 3 consecutive days just to stay home and recover from the weight of high living costs, demanding jobs, and burnout. You see, America is through. And this is of a truth, okay? This is of a truth. The mirth is gone, okay? There's no more, good times in America. It's too expensive, okay? You got to work day in and day out. And the cost of living keeps rising. Gas, like I said, insurance. I myself pay almost $250 for insurance that doesn't absolutely nothing for me. Okay, that's one of the bills I dread the most is my car insurance. Okay, but I wanted to bring this out to show you, how through we are here in America, man. Okay, people are living paycheck to paycheck, and then they're taking days off because they're tired. They're not even vacationing. They don't have the money to vacation. So what are they doing? They're staying home and resting from burnout. Okay, tell me I'm lying. Tell me this ain't true. Now, of course, the numbers, we don't know the exact numbers, but this is about right. Okay, holidays ain't the same. Concerts. You just notice everything is just, it's just jacked up. The one of the last concerts that was here in Phoenix, Arizona, people contracted measles. There was like a measles outbreak, So, this is all happening for a reason, man. All this, the time is speeding up. It's to the point where, you come home, you're only here for a couple hours and you're right back at it. You're right back to work, man. Some of these construction sites, they're now opening till Sunday. You can put in 72 hours. It's crazy. And so people want to do it, make the money, but what about burnout? What about the scriptures say money grow with wings and flyeth away, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, it's not worth it. They tax you. Here, did you put in some overtime and, they're taxing you $400, $500, $600? Like, bro, is it even worth it? Or is it just ego? Is it just job security? You're just going in to save your job, just so that they can say that you always come through for them. It's like, bro, and at the end of the day, what do you get? Pizza party. This is America, man. Okay? This is what you're looking forward to. All right? Living check to check. And that's just one check away from being homeless, man. Keep it a buck. Okay? I think I'll entitle this Perfect Rest. This is let's get this. This is Jeremiah 46 and 27. But fear not thou, O my servant Jacob, and excuse the noise in the background. I mean, I got like 4 fans running. It's hot, and I know, you know, the Southwest. All right, there's a couple states that are just you know, is the temperature is ridiculous. All right, so forgive me. I'm trying to speak real loud. It says, but fear not thou, O my servant Jacob, and be not dismayed, O Israel, for behold, I will save thee from afar off, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and be in rest and at ease, and none shall make him afraid. Okay? Jacob, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are Jacob. Okay? Jacob wrestled with the angel, and the angel changed his name to Israel. Be not dismayed, O Israel, for behold, the Lord's going to save thee from afar. Wherever Israel is scattered throughout the 4 corners, okay, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, right, you confusion of faces, okay, Israelites, but, you know, they look like these other nations. The Lord's going to save the election from afar off, thy seed from the land of their captivity, okay. Israel was spread out throughout the earth, you know, kicked out of Israel and went into slavery. Okay, we are the children of the slave trade.
Strong's H 7628 Chevy.
Yeah.
Chevy.
Captivity, captives, capture. Okay, we've been captured. Exiled from, as you see here in the Strong's definition, exile from Jerusalem. Okay, captured. Okay, sold throughout the world. We are the Israelites. Say booty, captivity, prisoners, take away. That was taken, right? We're prisoners, man. Lord's going to save us, okay, from the land of our captivities. And Jacob shall return and be in rest and eat and at ease, and none shall make him afraid. Okay, here it is. We're afraid to, you know, tell the world that we're Israelites because they think that we got 3 heads, man. We're crazy. It's that word rest. What was that, shaquat?
Strong's H 8252 Shakat.
Okay, to be
Shakat.
quiet, be tranquil, be at peace, be quiet, rest, lie still, be undisturbed. To be at peace of land. Yeah, be at rest. What does it say here? Strong's definition, to repose. Okay, let's look up this word repose. I want to say it means rest. That's what we need, man. We need to rest for a couple years, man. Rest, yep. Repose, definition and meaning.
Repose. Repose.
A state of resting after exertion or strain. You see that? We're worn out. We're slaves here in America, man. Slaves to credit, slaves to the dollar, slaves to your mortgage, slaves to your car payment. All right? Slaves, man. It's a modern day slavery. You don't need a whooping. You are indoctrinated, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You are indoctrinated to serve the system, the government. Okay? But we're going to get rest. We're going to get repose. A state of resting after exertion or strain. Eternal or heavenly rest. You see that? Eternal or heavenly rest. That's what we really need, man. We need heavenly rest, man. Eternally. Okay? A place of rest. peace, tranquility, harmony in the arrangement of parts and colors that is restful to the eye, lack of activity. Excuse me for yelling. Lack of activity. That's what we need. We don't need no activity. We need to chill. Cessation or absence of activity, movement or animation. Right. We're done. That's it. Pretty soon. We that's it. No more shovels. Throwing down the tools. We quit. Okay? We quit, man. We're waiting for the Lord to save us from this captivity, from this whack-ass check to check, okay? You can't even go out and travel. You can't do nothing no more, man. You just want to chill. Time is going by quick, all right? Because it's almost over, bro. This nightmare is almost over, brothers and sisters, okay? Let me get something for you. This is oh, my goodness. Okay, this is Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field. It says, and Jacob, right, we're Jacob, was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Strong's H 3427. Yashav. Yashav.
What does it say? To dwell, remain, sit, abide. To sit down. To be set, to remain, stay. To dwell, have one's abode. To be inhabited, to set place. To cause to sit, to cause to abide, set. Okay. Yeah. We inside, sitting the hell down. Okay, that's what Esau was a cunning hunter. Esau, which is the white man, he's a hunter. He's a man of the field. Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. That's us. We love to chill, right? That's why when you wake up in the morning, you're like, man, I want to chill. That's in you, man. That's embedded in your spirit. You know, we're royalty. This earth belongs to us, and here it is. We're slaves. And as the boys grew, Esau became a skillful hunter. He was an outdoorsman, but Jacob had a quiet temperament, preferring to stay home. You see that? Preferring to stay at home. Chilling. CSB, but Jacob was a quiet man who stayed at home, bro. Okay? This is Jake right here, okay? This is Jake at the house, at home, sitting down, out the way, chilling, resting. Thank you. We're going to get rest, man. Okay? Okay? And Jacob shall return and be in rest and at ease, and none shall make him afraid. Yep. No more slavery. No more watching out for the cops. No more getting beat by the cops. No more racism. No more, Esau hating on us. No more worrying about the bills, worrying about clothes on your back and fines and taxes and overpriced, paying for overpriced goods. Jacob shall return and be in rest and at ease, and none shall make him afraid. Fear thou not, O Jacob, my servant, saith Yahweh, for I am with thee, for I will make a full end of all the nations, whither I have driven thee, but I will not make a full end of thee, but correct thee in measure, yet will I not leave thee wholly unpunished. So we're not to fear, man. The Lord is with us. These nations, they're done. They're not going to rule anymore, man. Okay? These Chinese, these Koreans, okay, these Arabs, these East Indians, they're not, it's going to be an end of them and their quickie marts, okay, and their dollar stores and their AMPMs. Their time is up, man. Okay? I will make a full end of all the nations whither I have driven thee, right? And wherever they're at, they're gonna cease to exist. Okay? Their time is over, but I will not make a full end of thee, but correct thee in measure. We're being corrected. We're being corrected little by little. That's what all the hell's for. The trials and tribulations, the things that we go for, is for correction. It's to really show us where we went off. Really show us where we're breaking the laws of the Most High. That's why our lives are in shambles. That's why we're catching hell and going through things, because we have to learn. The Lord's teaching us, man. Okay, you break my laws, and this is what happened. This is what transpires in your life. I'm gonna jack you all the way up. You know, you get exposed. You get talked about. You lose things. You lose, money, homes, whatever the case. You catch hell. Why? For disobedience, for wickedness, for being evil. But correct thee in measure, yet will I not leave thee wholly unpunished. The Lord's not gonna leave us unpunished, man. He's gonna correct us little by little, and the election they're gonna learn from their lessons. And they're gonna elevate, okay, and go on to prosper. But the wicked are gonna get jacked up. Okay. The wicked are going to be all the way messed up, man. Jeremiah 30:10. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith the Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and shall be quiet, and I shall make him afraid. Same, yeah. This is a reiteration of the other chapter in Jeremiah. Okay. Right, because look what it says here. It says, for thus saith Yahweh, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. Okay. Thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. Talking about all the nation of Israel. We're all jacked up. We're all sick. The scriptures say that we're sick from the head all the way down to the sole of the feet. That's why you look at our people and they're full of illnesses, sicknesses, okay, from disobedience, from being evil. There is none to plead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicines. All thy lovers, which are these other nations that Jake so want to, be so bad, right? You got Issachar wanting to be the so-called white man so bad, wanting to be Americanized. Wanting to go by, what great grandma taught them, and instead of seeking the ancient paths, the ways of the Most High, okay, ways that make you prosperous and successful, okay, although they contradict, this new age, but yet this is where success is, okay. All thy lovers have forgotten thee, they seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thy iniquity, because thy sins were increased. You see, we're wounded, okay, with the wound of an enemy. Scriptures say that the Lord fought against us. What does it say in the CSB? All your lovers have forgotten you. They no longer look for you, for I have struck you as an enemy would, with the discipline of someone cruel, because of your enormous guilt and your innumerable sins. Yeah. That's why we're all messed up in the ghettos and the barrios, okay. Last hired, first fired, welfare, drugs, tattoos, prison, okay, multiple pregnancies, baby daddies, just jacked up, right? Thieves, drunkards, murderers, liars, idolaters. Our people are jacked up, because, and ultimately because the Heavenly Father saw their evil. Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable, for the multitude of thine iniquity, because thy sins were increased. I have done these things unto thee. Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. These nations that devoured us, our enemies, every single last one of them, are going to go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Okay, so those nations that spoiled us, took our identity, right? The small hats, the you wish people right now, yeah, they're going to be spoiled, and they preyed upon us, so they're going to be a prey. They're going to be preyed upon as well. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith Yahweh, because I called thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. And that's who we are. We're outcasts. We were kicked out of Israel, spread throughout the world. We went through captivity, went through slavery because we provoked the Most High to wrath because we worshipped other gods, you know, Mary, Jesus, Islam, the Virgen, Santísima, all these other things, man. And so the Lord jacked us all the way. He cursed us. Read the curses, Deuteronomy 28. For those of you that haven't. Okay? Isaiah 30:15. For thus saith Yahweh thy power, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall ye be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye would not. Okay? CSB, for the Lord God, the Holy One of Israel, has said, you will be delivered by returning and resting. Your strength will lie in quiet confidence, but you are not willing. Okay? We'll read it here in NLT. It says, this is what the sovereign Lord, the Holy One of Israel, says. Only in returning to me and resting in me will you be saved. That's the only way. In quietness and confidence, okay, is your strength, but ye would have none of it. Okay? You return to the Lord, you find rest. You find true knowledge and understanding of why our people are in this position and what's going to happen. Okay, why are we living check to check? The scriptures say that you put money in a bag that has holes. And that's why when you get paid, you got 4 bills that are just, you know, creeping up on you, waiting to beat you down and take your money. You know, this is why you're tired and you ain't getting anywhere. You know, nobody's happy in America. The scriptures say that the people languish. People are languishing, man. People are burnt out. People are just like, damn. Okay? Yeah, that you would be confident. The Lord would be your strength, but you would not. You don't want to rest. Y'all don't want to rest. Let's get that one I just quoted. What was that? Languish? Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth mourns and dries up, and the land wastes and withers away. Even the greatest people on the earth waste away. Okay? People are wasting away. You know? It's a waste to be here in America, man. You know? People are just going to work to cash a check. There's places that are being built that have been, man, from the longest time, they're still being built. People ain't trying to build this place up. The movies they make is America declining to being destroyed. They're putting it in the movies. This America's through. That's it. It's over. Turn back to the Lord. Okay? Let him be your strength. Let him be your confidence, man. Isaiah 28:12. To whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear. So there's rest. Wherewith the weary going to rest. And there's refreshing, yet they would not hear. People don't want to hear it. People don't want to hear it, man. They'd rather to be in America as a slave, busted and disgusted. But the word of Yahweh was upon them, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little, there a little, that they might go and fall backward and be broken and snared and taken. People about to be broken, snared, and taken, man. Trapped in this bullshit-ass place called America, man. The American nightmare. Where you pay to be born and you pay to die. See? How much did she get paid? Can't even see. What does it say? $400? Damn. It's terrible. Let's get Isaiah 14. And it shall come to pass In the day that Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. Let's get this word bondage, man.
Strong's H 5656. Avodah.
Labor, service,
Avodah.
labor, work. Labor of a servant or slave. Labor, service of captives or subjects. Okay? We're gonna get rest from the bondage, from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve. It says, thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Okay, America is what? Figuratively Babylon. That's what this is talking about. Spiritually Babylon. The oppressor ceased. That they oppressed the people with their laws, with their having to work day in and day out and still be broke, and the rich get rich, the poor stay poor. Totally unfair, unjust. Okay, we just came out the chains to some modern day chains. You totally indoctrinated. You know when to go to work, you know when to take lunch, you know when to bring your ass back, you know when to go home, and you know when to do it all over again until you get old. It's a modern day slavery, man. It's the Matrix. How hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. It's about to cease. This place is over. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. Okay? That's them, Esau, Edom. They smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. They rule the nations in anger. Okay? They're about to be persecuted. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Man, animals are going to be happy. Okay? Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us. Okay? As soon as they go down, the trees are going to be happy because no lumberjack has come up against them. Okay? This, the world needs rest too, man. They building too much. They using too much water for the data centers, man. They dumping the trash in the ocean and in the space. Okay, indoctrinate the kids with still talking about George Washington. Like, who gives a damn about George Washington? Okay, send your kids to school, they ain't learning nothing. It's bullshit. Excuse my language. 2nd Ezra 8. We'll end it out. 51. I'll start at 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that are in the latter time. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Right? People that are prideful. They're going to be full of misery, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that receive benefits from the Lord, and you turn your back, you're about to be miserable, man. You're about to be thirsty, hungry, without clothes, okay? And you about to be through. You about to see what America, the American scream. You about to see what the hell this place has to offer you. When these devils take off that mask and show you that they real narcissists, you about to see, man. You about to see this devil come down on you having great wrath, man. And people are going to wish they chose the way of the Lord. You know, the game's about to stop, man. Okay? But understand thou for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. Right? This is what we've been on lately, brothers. Have been on like, yo, we're just worried about people that are like us. They believe in the Lord. Okay? For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteousness is made ready, a city is builded, and rest is allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. That's what's coming, man, to the election, man. The root of evil is sealed up from you, weakness and the moth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. sorrows are past, and in the end issued the treasure of immortality. You see that? People are about to be granted immortality, man. Brand new bodies. These bodies can't enter into the kingdom. We're going to be changed. We're going to be immortal. We're going to be gods. And therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. Right? Don't worry about the people that are going to perish, man. The non-believers, the scoffers, the people that are laughing at, the people that are envious at the righteous, man. Don't worry about them. For when they had liberty, they despised the Most High. They thought scorn of his law and forsook his ways. Yeah, here it is. They had liberty. They had a chance to get it right. But yet they despised the Most High. They thought scorn of his law. They scorned his law. They forsook his ways. They left the ways of the Lord. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteous. Right. They try to step on the righteous. And said in their heart that there is no God. Yea, and that knowing they must die. You see? For as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain are prepared for them. For it was not his will that men should come to naught. Right. The Lord wished that all should perish, all should come to repentance. Okay? But that you may see that there's an election and that there's those that were slated for destruction. There's people that love this, man. There's people that love America, man. They love living it up. They want to live it up in America. They want to cash out. They want to dwell in great pride. They want to be Miss Stang. They want to be that dude. Okay? Only to find out that you ain't shit. Okay? Much glory does not abide here, man. There's not much glory in this world, man. This ain't glory. Wait till the kingdom. That's glory, man. It says, but they which be created have defiled the name of him that made them, and were unthankful unto him which prepared life for them. And therefore is my judgment now at hand. You see? This is what people, be cooped up in the crib. Nobody got no money. Can't go nowhere. Everything you do, every financial choice you make is man, it's either food or vacation. It's either bills or go and have fun. This place is through, man. Okay, so hey, man. Plenty is made ready, a city is built, and rest is allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom. That's what we have to look forward to, man, Lord willing. Okay, so just wanted to bring this out, Lord willing. You were edified. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rukakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to you, Akim, and you, Aqua, that believe in all sincerity. Shalom.